The story, we see a few people talking with excitement in their voices. One of them says, "Now we'll cast the support team." Two others nod in agreement and walk away confidently. Our main character, the hero, slowly gets up. He looks anxious and thinks to himself, "Why do I always feel so nervous?" His eyes are full of doubt. Just then, a girl behind him giggles and says, "Hey, doesn't he look weird?" Another girl laughs and replies, "Yeah, totally." Their words sting, and the hero looks up, feeling hurt and confused. Suddenly, something strange washes over him. His head spins, his heart pounds, and he begins to faint. As everything fades, a deep voice echoes in his mind. "I've always been just an extra. If I ever get another chance at life, I want to be an actor. I want to be the protagonist of my story." Next, we see a cozy apartment. A gentle voice says, "SCOs." The scene shifts to a baby lying in a crib, looking up with wide, curious eyes. His mother and father stand over him, smiling with pure love. The father beams, "I'm your daddy." The baby stares at them, confused but fascinated. The mother coos, "Our baby is so cute," and the father nods proudly, "Yes, our son is really adorable." The mother gently strokes the baby's head and says sweetly, "Hey, June, you look sleepy. Time to rest." Inside, the baby is shocked. He thinks, "Wait, I've been reborn in this baby's body? I've been dead for so long, but my memories are still with me." His tiny face stays calm, but his mind is racing. He reflects, "I have so many memories. It feels like I built a whole library inside me. All my knowledge and powers are like books stored there. But the door to that library is tightly locked, and my small baby body can't open it." He sighs, frustrated. "If I try to use my powers now, it'll be a dumb move. I'm not strong enough yet. I'll give up for now." Suddenly, something changes. The door inside his mind transforms into a glowing blue door. His eyes widen in surprise. "Wait, this is the library I created when I was a slime." He lies quietly, thinking deeply. "I have to open that door soon, but human bodies grow up so slowly." Then something strange appears. Another door, this one black and mysterious. A chill runs down his spine. What is this? I've never seen this door before. With a mix of curiosity and fear, he slowly moves toward it. Tries to go through the door but can't. Somehow he manages to pull out a book and says, "I was always cast as a nameless extra, but now I remember this was my first life." He smiles a little and says, "Nice, let's become an actor and see what happens if I become a superstar." Then he thinks, "But what do I need to become a superstar?" He answers himself, "First, I should practice my breathing." Just then, his mother picks him up lovingly and says, "My baby is so cute." SC Ozen, the baby, thinks, "She's right. First, I should open the blue door." He begins telling his story. "I used to be a tiny slime. One day I saw a big, scary dragon. I went into its cave looking for food, but as soon as the dragon took a breath, I died." Then he continues, "3 days later, I was reborn here." He picks up a book and starts looking at slime abilities. One of the abilities allowed him to change form, even in acid. Then he sees a story about a fairy and remembers, "Oh, I totally forgot. I used to be a flower fairy too." He gets excited and says, "Amazing. The fairy powers will also help me." He closes the book and thinks, "If a flower fairy dies, all fairies connected to them die too." Next, he picks up another book and says, "This one is awesome." It's called Slime Digestion, a power that lets him digest anything. Then in his other hand, he finds a fairy wand. It had the power to grab anyone's attention. If someone could see the fairy and they shook hands with him, they would start copying him. SC Ozen thinks, "This is a really cool ability." Then he says out loud, "I did it," and thinks, "Now it's time to use this." When the fairy wand appears in his hand, he says in surprise, "Huh? It attached to my palm. I thought it would be on my fingers." Then he thinks, "Whatever, that doesn't matter." He closes his mouth, then opens it slowly. As he does that, the fairy wand activates. Essiozen smiles and says, "This is fun." It says this is a natural instinct of a baby. Sojun happily starts playing with a toy. Someone's voice says kindly, "Sojun eats really well." But then a boy complains, "But he doesn't even eat properly." Sojun's mom calmly replies, "The hospital said there's nothing wrong. You don't need to worry." Another boy shrugs and says, "They're just kids. That's how they grow." Suddenly, Seojun starts crying. His mom gets a bit worried and gently asks, "Is it time for Seojun to eat?" Then, as if in sync, all the other babies start crying too. A woman quickly says, "It's feeding time for the babies. Hurry up and make the milk." Seojun's mom nods. "All right, I'll get it ready." Seojun thinks to himself, feeling confused, "Did I cry for no reason?" Then he realizes, "If I don't cry, I won't get food." A boy nearby says with concern, "Hey Jun, you're hungry, right? Go ahead and eat." The other mothers gently encourage their babies to eat too. Sojun's mom sweetly says, "Eat slowly, okay?" But Sojun feels overwhelmed. "It's too loud here," he thinks, covering his ears. He looks at his hand and wonders, "I've never used this power before. Will it even work?" With some doubt, he decides to try. The system voice responds, "Ability activated." Suddenly, all the babies around him start copying what Sojun is doing. All the moms are shocked but amazed. The babies are eating happily, following Sojun's lead. The moms smile and laugh. One says joyfully, "Looks like Seojun is the mukbang king of the baby world." One mom excitedly asks, "Can you send me a video of your son?" Another mom chuckles, "I was just joking earlier." Then she looks at her own child and says more seriously, "Jun doesn't eat well. That's why he's smaller than the other kids." She looks down a bit sad. "The hospital told me I have to feed him better." Sojun's mom defends gently, "That's not true. Sojun just looks older than he is." But hearing all this, Yijun's mom starts crying. Seeing his mom cry, little Yijun starts crying too. Sojun looks at them and sighs. So much unnecessary drama. You weren't there either. Just then, little Shiojun activates his fairy wand, and suddenly all the kids run towards him, full of excitement. They start climbing all over him, laughing and playing. Watching this, Shiojin's mom feels proud and emotional. She smiles. Did you notice? Everyone copied our son, and now all of them are eating so well." His dad chuckles warmly. "That's such a great thing," she adds, eyes shining. "And you know what? They even called him the mukbang king of baby world." But Seojin doesn't notice any of this. He's busy playing, totally in his own world, fighting a slime dragon with full concentration. Watching him, his dad wonders aloud, "Should we stop him?" His mom smiles gently. "No, let him be. He's still just a child. Let him enjoy." She sighs softly. Today he was surrounded by kids all day. It made him so happy. His dad laughs in surprise. "Really? He had kids around him all day?" His mom giggles. "Yes, Seojin is super popular." She turns to Seojin and says lovingly, "You look so excited, sweetie." And Shiojin really is. His eyes sparkle, his cheeks are red with joy. She says, "I'm going to record him while he eats." His dad nods. "That's a great idea." They start filming and she gently tells him, "Go on now, eat your food." Shiojin, deep in thought, thinks to himself, "I should use my fairy wand ability now." He remembers, it works through a handshake, but I've never done that while eating. He hesitates. If I try it now, they might get shocked. Still, he quietly shakes both his hands. His mom, surprised, asks, "Are you really that excited?" Then, with love in her voice, "Is the food super tasty?" She beams. "Mommy is so happy because you're eating so well." She records a video and sends it to Ijun's mom. "Here's Seojun drinking milk and eating too. Sorry it's a bit late." Ijun's mom replies kindly, "No problem at all." When she watches the video, her eyes fill with joy. She messages back, "Now Ijun is eating really well too, thanks to Seojun." Later, Jian's mom is talking to Seojun's mom. She says gratefully, "Jinun completed all the hospital tests today, and the hospital even praised me. Thank you." Seojun's mom smiles proudly. "That's wonderful to hear." Other moms chime in, "Our kids are also eating well now." One mom says with pride, "My child has become more confident." The children laugh and play, their moms watching with joy. Hearing all this, Shiojin wonders, did my ability work through the video? He grins. If the fairy wand works through videos too, then I can easily become a superstar. He laughs out loud, but the other kids suddenly step away, surprised by his reaction. A mom curiously asks, "By the way, did you upload Seojin's videos on YouTube?" His mom blinks. "YouTube?" The mom laughs. "Yes, I upload my child's videos too." She shares a funny story. "Once I said Mina finished her food and people started asking what exactly her meal was." Seojin's mom laughs. "That's fine. Just don't say anything about Seojin, all right?" Ji-yoon's mom says, "Even when I mentioned Mina's meal, people were so curious. Today, I didn't talk about Seojin, but I did share what Mina ate." Another mom suggests, "Let's call Seojin's mom Yunun from now on." Mina's mom adds warmly, "You should upload Seojin's videos too. It could really help other moms." Yunun looks thoughtful. If Seojin becomes famous, will that be a good thing or not? She sighs. If only he could talk, I'd ask him how he feels. She looks over. Seojin is drawing a magical circle, lost in his own little world. Yunan gently says, I need to talk to my husband. Mina's mom agrees. Yes, talk to him and then decide. Later, Seojin's dad watches the video. A smile spreads across his face. He says softly, the child is growing up. It's Seojin. A man says, this is the orc I sent. Seojin's dad places his hand on his head, feeling puzzled and a little guilty. He had thought his son gave those toys away because he was scared of them. But then both parents stare in surprise. Seojin is smiling, playing happily with the toys. He's not scared. He loves them. Just then, Seojin's mom, Yoon, walks in. She frowns. Who sent these toys? And who gives such scary ones to children? The friend shrugs and says with a grin, your son's taste is very unique. Sojin's dad, clearly annoyed, snaps, say that again and I'll punch you. The friend laughs, why are your hands shaking? Dad replies, because I'm excited. The friend teases, or maybe it's just the camera. Sojin's dad starts reading a story Sojin wrote, but as he reads, he suddenly stops. Embarrassed! He goes quiet for a moment, then gently holds Sojin's hand as if saying, you tell the rest. He gathers himself and continues the story, and Sojin listens with shining eyes. Yoon softly says, Sojin, this story is really good. She then turns and asks, were you having fun playing with Heesung? Sojin's dad says with a tired smile, can I stop talking now and speak to your mom? He wraps up the story and celebrates Sojin's win. Sojin cheers joyfully, I won! Yu, still smiling, says, I'm thinking about uploading the video. But then her expression turns thoughtful. What if Sojin grows up and asks why we did this? Dad shrugs. By then, people will have forgotten. Then he chuckles. Or maybe Sojin will like being on camera. Yu looks at him, curious. You think so? Dad says he was babbling like he was saying, my acting's not that great. Both parents pause, thinking. Yoon asks, why do you look so surprised? Dad, eyes full of emotion, replies, because our son is amazing. Yoon says softly, but he can't even understand what we're saying yet. Then, a small voice, I can understand, Mom. Their eyes widen. Dad says proudly, our son is a genius. He asks, should we try putting him into acting? Yoon smiles. So it's okay if I upload the video to YouTube? She messages Mina's mom. My husband said yes, we can upload. Mina replies, let's make a channel. Dad suggests, let's call it Jun. Both smile. Perfect. Pyun comments, that was simple. Yoon tells Mina's mom, I uploaded the video. The channel is called Jun. They post 2 videos, one about baby formula, one about food. Mina's mom says, you did great. Soon, parents everywhere start showing the videos to their kids. It was internet, and the kids eat properly. Comments pour in, this video really helped. Our kids are eating so well now. Suddenly, we see a boy. He looks confused and says, now what do we do? A system voice says, when you were reborn, you forgot everything, except 2 things, elf basic breathing and Jin basic breathing. Sojin wonders, did I sleep too long? The system explains, elf breathing is used in the presence of good. It helps mana flow properly. Sojin says seriously, this breathing is almost extinct. I chose it because it's good for a child's body. He slowly opens his eyes. Dad gasps, oh my God, Sojin, you're awake. Sojin says calmly, these 2 breathing techniques have the most benefits. Someone talks about a special ability with pride. He says, if someone attacks me while I'm sleeping, they'll freeze and I'll escape easily. He smiles and adds, I used this trick so many times when I was a weak monster. I never let my guard down, not even for a minute. Meanwhile, Yun is busy checking her phone. Seojun's dad, a bit confused and concerned, asks, what are all these messages? Seojun casually replies, it's just boo-boo. His dad sighs, even Seojun says it's getting loud. Yun chuckles, all right, I'll turn off notifications. Suddenly, things start to feel exciting. Everyone who knows Sojun is messaging too, Yun exclaims. Sojun looks at her and says innocently, I'm hungry. What should I do? Yun, trying to stay calm, replies, Minju said to check YouTube. She called it crazy. They open YouTube and their eyes go wide. Views are in the millions. Yun gasps, this is unbelievable. Seojun's dad stares at the screen, shocked. This is scary. Yun quickly calls Minju, a little panicked but thrilled. Hello, Minju? What do I do? My video is going viral. Minju, excited, says, that's amazing. Yun nervously asks, really? Minju replies, you're a superstar now. Yun laughs, No, Sojun is the real superstar. Meanwhile, little Seojun is lost in thought. Should I eat a horse? I'm so hungry. Minju yells playfully. Quick, apply for profit. Yun repeats, confused. Profit? Sojun's dad, curious, asks Yun for her phone. He speaks seriously. Hello, ma'am, I'm Sojun's dad. Then more calmly, it might be easy for someone already famous, but I've heard this part is hard. Minju reassures them. It's okay. You've already cleared the first requirement. Then Sojun's mom raises her hand in front of the laptop. His dad notices the screen and says in awe, That's so many subscribers. Minju adds, and they're still growing. Sojun suddenly takes a deep breath and bursts into tears. Yoon runs to him. You scared me. His dad gently lifts him. Okay, okay, it's time to eat. Yoon tells Minju, I'll call you back in a bit. In the kitchen, Sojun's dad prepares milk while Sojun watches with curiosity. When the milk is ready, Sojun beams. My dad makes milk really well. He toddles over to Yun, proud. Yun smiles. I've applied for ads. They'll start once we're approved. Sojun's dad, curious again, asks, What else did they say? Sojun's eyes wander and he thinks, So many languages besides Korean. Yun tells him excitedly, Parents are saying their kids are eating better after watching your video. She continues, Some even say their kids start eating immediately after seeing Sojun. Sojun, a little shy and overwhelmed, feels uncomfortable. He gently pats his dad. His dad, touched, says, I'm sorry. His phone suddenly rings. Even I'm getting messages now, he laughs in surprise. Yoon blurts out, It's even on online news. They see a flashback of what happened that morning, general chat, where people were amazed by the video. Let us know your child's age, one message says. Parents fill the comments with their kids' ages. Yoon reads one. Some say it doesn't work for 20-month-old kids. Seojun's dad grins, but the way all these parents are working together, it's amazing. Seojun is thinking seriously now. Maybe it's because the fairy wand is the lowest grade. Then he says, We need enough money to use it. Suddenly, he drops the milk bottle and grumbles, This is heavy. His dad catches it just in time. You silly little thing. You could have just told me if you drank the milk. Yun laughs. What do you expect from an 8-month-old baby? Seojun's dad proudly says, Our baby understands everything. He's a genius. Yun giggles. All parents say that. But his dad insists, No, really, our baby is a genius. Yun plays along. Yeah, sure. The scene shifts again. Someone whispers, Sojun got famous because of that mukbang baby. Didn't you hear? Now we see Choi. He says, That guy who recommended the elephant series, milk sales skyrocketed. Another person nods. These days, celebrities are doing lots of ads. They check Sojun's channel. This baby is adorable, and he got this popular in just 2 videos. They're amazed watching babies drink milk after watching the video. Choi raises an eyebrow. Is this real? Then with determination, let's do it. He messages Kang. Kang replies, What? Choi smiles. A commercial with Sojun. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, hit that like button. It's free, I promise. Drop a comment if you want to make my day and subscribe, or I'll tell your Wi-Fi to slow down. See you in the next one.